If you like your gods and monsters Grecian, then you need to check out Aegean, but don't forget that there are more books, and this time we're heading to the Underworld and taking part in war. Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. My name is Charlie and we are the home of a monthly magazine talking all things tabletop, board games, card games, RPGs and more. You can pick it up on our website. But today you're here for Aegean. Now you may have seen our video based on the original book, which gives you all the information you need to know about what you're going to find, what the system is like, what you can expect from this. But since this one, we've had two new books, the Book of Heroes and the Book of Empires, and I'm very excited to delve into those today to give you an idea of what you might find inside. But just a quick recap in case you haven't seen that video. This is Aegean. It is a role-playing game set in Greece in the best period of time, which is when gods and monsters were around, and you are the hero, or at least a want-to-be hero. You'll create your character and take them through some of the best tropes of Greek mythology. Are you immortal? Are you a child of a god? Who knows? And how you react to things and how you grow will all change as you go on. Now this is one where the system is crunchy but not difficult. It's one where there are a lot of options but it's all clearly explained, and it's one that means you can really develop your character in detail. You've also got to consider things like your polis, so your home, and how that develops based on things like who are you going to trade with, what are you going to do. And our review actually said it was almost like an additional character that you get to play with in doing so. So all parts of Greece, all of the good stuff of the time is all included within here, and basically you just get to be the hero amongst it. Amazing. If we put that to one side, however, we have two new books, the Book of Heroes and the Book of Empires, and I'm going to run you through those. So let's start with the Book of Heroes. Now, arguably one of the coolest parts of Greek mythology is the Underworld. I don't think it's just because we've seen Hercules, but it may be that Hades is a fantastic antagonist amongst these stories. Now, Book of Heroes sees you actually being able to head to the Underworld in a really engaging story that's basically around the fact that sleep has left the mortal world. That's not good. What is it that has happened? And you are going to have to travel to the Underworld in order to find out. Now, there are some really fascinating encounters and abilities and options available in here. For one, you can be Cult of Hades if you want to. That's a new player option that you didn't have before. You can also battle things like the Cerberus or Hecate's Hounds, and all of these things that have their own stat blocks available within the book. Now, I won't spoil the story too much because I do think it's really, really interesting and one you want to sort of unfurl as you go. But something that this book and equally all of the books do incredibly well is give you all of the information you need to talk about different areas of the world that you may not be overly familiar with, but in a way that is condensable, understandable, and a way that you can then start playing those characters in that world. Now, all of it is mechanically sound, it all makes sense to the world that's being created. So your Cerberus, for example, he will get 3 bite attacks and a snake bite attack against an opponent or multiple opponents, which just makes sense. He's got 3 heads. And there's also stat blocks of things like Furies and Hecate's Hounds, which I mentioned earlier. Now, they actually play quite a big role in it. You'll be interested when you read through. But you have to remember the impact of what you're doing. If you are a hero and you are in the Underworld attempting to take a soul from Hades, he's not known for being too forgiving, and what impact is that going to have on your character moving forward? What bargains might you have to make? What people might you have to speak to? And who may be able to appeal to Hades? That's a question for you as well. Now, that's not all that is in here, because there is also a section, it's almost split in two, there is also a section on gods and monsters, and in there you're going to have a load of new adventures. So you might be investigating the curse that's somehow stopping a polis from building a palace in their area. You might be dealing with a titanic crab. You might be dealing with the politics of a centaur tribe, or you might be weaving a shirt from the wool of the golden sheep, and more. Let's be honest, there's plenty to get on with in this book. Now, this gives you sort of specific locations and little microcosms of the world that you're going to be doing. This is your adventure, keeping you almost where you are, with the exception, of course, of your venture into the Underworld. But what if you wanted to go further afield? What if you wanted to leave where you are, go to war, or at least make decisions around war? Well, you need Book of Empires, which is the second book of this. In Book of Empires, you're going to be heading to Crete. You could head to Troy, or you can engage in the Great War. Now, in each of those places, there are different towns and cities and different things that you can do. So, for example, if you were to head to Knossos in Crete, you would have the plot book available to you that is that the local guides are being told they have to pay protection money to their local gang. If they don't, they mysteriously disappear. who knows where they've gone. Now you're being asked to find another local guide's brother who is asking you to get rid of the head of the gang. What are you going to do? Where have those people gone? Are they retrievable? Who knows? What else is in Creta but the Labyrinth? Now I don't know about you, but taking a role-playing character in rather than myself actually sounds like a great idea and I think could be incredibly fun. But once you're playing the game, you're going to have to think about what it is that's really going to get you to go. This is dangerous and terrifying, and who knows what you're going to find. We have an idea of what we might find, but who knows realistically what we might find down there. So whatever it is has to be big and a great reason to go down there. And you as a player or as a GM crafting this story are going to love getting the players into there to see what they're going to react to, what's going to tempt them, at what stage do they go, we have to go to the labyrinth. This could be the end. Feels like a very dramatic moment. There's some cool characters in here too. King Minos is in there, and he tells the story within the book of, is he the original King Minos that everyone sort of lauded as this amazing, wonderful king carried on through the years? Or, because this has gone past mortal lifeline, is he a grandson and a weak version of the original king but using the same name? Well, it turns out that he is the original king, but over years and years and years of living his life, the whole process has taken a toll on his mind, and that means he is now paranoid and distrustful. What does that mean for your story? You've got to find out. Whilst that's just a glimpse, that's not even 2/3 of the book. You can see here we begin the stories of the Great War. Now the Great War is split into 3 acts to sort of match the period of time that it covers, but the thrust of it is going to be a question for your players. How are they going to react in this war? What side are they going to take? Are they going to be on the side of one? Are they going to be throwing their lot in with the invaders? Are they going to be trying to destroy the empire from within? And those sorts of decisions will A, dictate the entire narrative of the rest of your story, but also be able to play into your character's strengths. If it doesn't make sense for your characters to go to war because that's not the kind of hero they are, there are options for that. If your character is a brash, all-out, I just want to get fighting style character, there are options for that. And this is something that's beautiful about each of these. You're going to craft your hero, and your hero has freedom to react as they should. And all of these touch on the areas of Greek mythology and history that we all love so much. Now, don't forget, if you want to know more about Aegean, we have a full video on that. You can check that out. We have a review for Aegean on our website. You can check out that too. I'll pop the link in the description. But you can pick these up directly from the Aegean website if you want your own copies. I will put the link again in the description. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.